Man, how I despise the mainstream media. These guys are just pure. I hate to say let's say they're live, if you know what I'm saying. It was Black Sabbath that had an album called Live Evil, you know what I'm saying? So we're just going to say the mainstream media is live and let you figure out what I mean by that. Think about Black Sabbath, Live Evil. That's what I'm saying here. You get where I'm going with that? Freaking these guys are scumbags, man. Christy Gnomes' grandmother died in a nursing home ravaged by COVID 19. Well, that would lead you to believe that Christy Gnomes' grandmother had COVID, right? Christy Gnomes' grandmother died in a nursing home ravaged by COVID 19. You freaking scumbags. On Monday, South Dakota Governor Christy Nome buried her grandmother, who was among 13 to die over a 2-week period at a top-rated nursing home swept by COVID 19. What does that mean exactly? The 98-year-old grandmother is said by Nome's office to have tested negative for the virus, though no cause of death was given because she's 98 years old, you freaking fools. The other 12 of the 13 deaths are described as being COVID-related, all but one, said the administrator who told the Daily Beast, which would be Christy Nome's grandmother. But one less is still a dozen deaths in a short period in one small facility. The number makes clear the lunacy of Gnomes downplaying the pandemic and her continued refusal to impose a statewide mask mandate. Because, again, if you imposed a statewide mask mandate, this would not have happened. These freaking pieces of crap, man. Oh, I cannot stand the media. So let's see what Yahoo News, because Yahoo News has, looks like they changed their headline, because before they had a headline that said the same thing. She was living, so let's see, it looks like, I wonder if sometimes the media will say when they change it, this is from December 3rd, they must have got some pushback. Right here, Christy Nome's grandmother died in a nursing home hit by COVID-19 as a politician continued to downplay the seriousness of the virus and avoid putting a mask mandate in place, despising a rising case count. Republicans, would you stop listening to the media? It doesn't matter what you do. It's never going to be enough. Her 98-year-old grandmother tested negative before she died, but others have died because of COVID. South Dakota is one of the hardest states hit by COVID-19. Mayors have issued local regulations. South Dakota's 54 new deaths from COVID-19 on November 28th. All right, whatever. I just don't care. Ward told the Daily Beast that the virus likely spread through an asymptomatic staffer who was believed to have caught outside the facility. It's awful. I just don't know what to say. It's devastating. Let's see. Every death is tragic. I invite you to show your readers where mask mandates have worked. Exactly. You friggin' idiots. Again, I can't. These guys are nuts, man. According to CDC, masks help slow the spread of COVID-19. Do they now? These guys are nuts, man. This story was updated with a statement from, read the original article in Business Insider. Let's check it out here. Is that the same one we just read? Straight from Daily Beast. Same straight measure, please. Okay, it's awful. It's devastating. Okay. It's literally just regurgitating. So let's see. There's another thing in here. Let's see what we got here. Media spins Federalist right here. Yep, right here. Freaking, you guys are such pieces of crap, man. Media spins Christy Nome's grandmother's death to shame the governor's COVID-19 policies. There's a good gov with her husband there. Good, I like them. I hope they run for governor somehow. I hope they run in 2024 and just shame the media. This media has no shame. And when you're left wing, you got no shame. That's just a fact. The mainstream media is exploiting the death of her grandmother for her COVID-19 response. Christy's grandmother died in a nursing home hit. We were talking about that. The story acknowledges that Arnold tested negative for the COVID before her death, but goes on to focus on the COVID-19 policies. The South Dakota's rising corona numbers and the virus-related deaths in nursing home where her grandmother was. The article also criticized Nome's decision to refuse a statewide mask mandate. Even though the statement from Nome's spokesperson urging the outlet to not politicize the death because it's callous at best, when it comes to liberals, they don't care. Business Insider devoted the rest of the article to citing sources meant to combat the spokesperson's claims that mask mandates don't work. The headline was shameful, said Nome's office. The governor's spokesperson previously reprimanded multiple news outlets for attempting to spin her grandma's death. While the media selectively focus on COVID 19 mitigation public shamings on red states, has largely ignored the rising cases and deaths in Democrat states like Illinois. CNN recently interviewed a South Dakota emergency room nurse who claimed that patients dying of COVID 19 are overrun hospitals in her area. CNN failed to check the fact that her nurse's claims before giving a platform, they've since been found at odds with tracking COVID 19 deaths. So these guys are freaking losers, man. All right, so you think these same people at Business Insider, Yahoo News, all these places are actually giving the straight scoop when it comes to retirement planning? If they have no freaking sense of shame when it comes to using a 98-year-old grandma's death to weaponize against a Republican governor, you think they have any sense of shame when it comes to your retirement plan? Just stop. Republicans, stop going on their programs. Stop, just ignore them. I was listening to some guy in, I think it was UK. Who was that? I forgot who it was. Sargon of Akkad. I listened to his podcast, and they had some Boris Johnson guy who was basically shamed to go on some left-wing propaganda show, BBC, Sargon's Carl Benjamin. He's like, dude, why are you going on there? Who cares? No one watches it. Who cares? They're just there to shame you. Stop. And I could not agree more. You've got to just turn these people off. These people are nuts. They're angry, and they're alive.